Hey everyone. I have a quick message for you this morning, after which look for further information around 3 o'clock this afternoon for further updates. I have a couple things that I wanted to share with you first. First, I hope that this week has gone as smoothly as possible for you. It's certainly been a busy week for me. I've been shifting my classes, our classes, online, working hard to learn some new skills and tools so that our communication is clear and so that it enables me to provide help and assistance in a quick and efficient way. We spent this past week working with informational advising sessions. And so if you missed those, it's okay. I have emailed links to those sessions that you'll be able to watch online, either on a computer, or if you don't have a computer, the neat part about this is that we can use cell phones as well. So your smartphone can access all of the content that we have worked with so far. So one of the things, though, I did want to just acknowledge is among those things, I've also spent the last week being a wife, being a mom, and being a person like all the rest of us among this really, really unprecedented time. And I wanted to tell you that I understand how you feel, because I'm marching those exact same miles right now in my own life. First of all, I'm asking you to stay safe. That is the first priority, is that we are protecting ourselves, caring for our family members. If you're able to stay home, please stay home. And if not, again, please stay safe. I'm talking from notes here so that I make sure that I say all the thoughts. I spent some time this morning working through that. So the other thing I wanted to provide for you is an encouraging word. And in terms of what we hear in the Bible, Solomon is known as a wise king, the wisest man who ever lived. And in his words, this too shall pass. So we will get through this. We'll get through this together. And I want you to understand that and believe that. God tells us many things about surviving crisis in turmoil in times like now. And I wanted to share a couple of those words of hope for you. In Philippians 4:8, he tells us to fill our mind with good things, whatever is true, whatever is honorable and worthy of respect, whatever is right and confirmed by God's word, whatever is pure and wholesome, lovely, brings peace, whatever is admirable and of good repute. If there is any excellence, anything worthy of praise, think continually on these things. In other words, center your mind on them and plant them in your heart. The things which you have learned and received and seen in me, meaning God, practice these things in daily life, and the God who is the source of peace and well-being will be with you. So what God is telling us is to stay positive, stay peaceful, and think about Him. Another verse that is been helpful to me, and that was on my app this morning as I was reading, was from James 1:12. And it said, blessed, and that means happy, spiritually prosperous, and favored by God. So when we're blessed, we're happy, we're spiritually favored, or spiritually prosperous and we're favored by God. Blessed is the one who is steadfast under trial and perseveres when tempted. For when he has passed the test and been approved, he will receive the victor's crown of life, which the Lord has promised to those who love him. So this is a promise from God. And so we need to keep that in our hearts. We are blessed when we persevere. The third thing I wanted to share is on a number of occasions, many pastors I've heard have told me that there are 365 fear nots in the Bible, basically one for every day of our year. I say these things as a way to offer comfort because I too am dealing with much that you don't see. Just as there are circumstances that you're dealing with that I don't see. And knowing that this class can be a place that we can come together and talk about something that we both love, and that's sports. Over the next several weeks, I'm bringing lots of my friends with me. Tomorrow we're going to talk with Aaron Harris. I have friends from the Hornets coming. I have friends from ad agencies coming. There are quite a few people, friends from the Knights that are going to join us. So there's a lot of people that we're going to have fun hanging out with throughout the rest of this time. So I do hope that you stay engaged and keep coming back. That said, what I'd like to do is go over a few things about class to acclimate you to the bigger picture between now and the end of the semester. First of all, the course room that I was referring to on Blackboard, and I will go over this with you in a video and show you how to access this. But I believe it's a place that you guys can connect among yourselves. It's a space online that if you're wanting to meet somebody to talk with them, and maybe you're in one state and they're in another state, this is an opportunity for you guys to meet and have a FaceTime or a virtual conversation and hang out. So I'll show you how to get there. My office hours from now through the rest of this semester for the Sport Management 101 class, they'll be on Mondays from 1 until 2. So I'll be in that space every Monday to help if you have questions moving forward through the rest of the week. And for the 208, the sport marketing class, I'll be there from 12 until 1. So that's the first thing. The second thing is that I've shifted the class schedule so that it gives people more time. So the information will show up within each weekly module on Mondays by 3 o'clock, hopefully sooner than that, but no later than 3. And you will have the entire rest of the week until the following Monday at midnight to complete the classes. That way, if you have any sort of IT technical issues, you have Monday to talk with the folks at IT and get the situation handled. In terms of attendance, we will be doing some discussion boards. We will be doing some other guided notes that I will be asking people to complete and then submit, and that will constitute your attendance for the week. The other thing that I wanted to remind you of is that there is a complimentary access for the Sport Management 208 class. There's complimentary access to the textbook. So you have an ability to access this resource at no charge between now and the end of May. So, and the last thing that I wanted to say as part of this video is I will be posting an updated course checklist. On the very first day of class, I handed out a piece of paper that had all the assignments that were going to be due for the class. I'm updating that based on the situation we're dealing with and making it a manageable project for all of us to tackle. Because again, it's a process for you, but it's also a process for me as well. And again, we're in this together. So I'll be posting an updated course checklist by the end of the day and a video that will walk you through that checklist. In general, there will be an in-person class once a week. For this week, it's tomorrow, which is Tuesday the 24th. During your normal class time, we'll be meeting Erin Harris. If you're not able to meet us, it's okay, because I will send out a link that you can then access on your phone, on your computer, and you can even call in to this link as well. So access hopefully will not be a problem for you. Outside of that weekly session, all of the work will be posted on Blackboard on the course page, and you complete it on your own time. Everything should be the discussion boards. The first post, I would like to have that completed by Friday, but in general, all of the rest of the work for the class will be done and due by Mondays at midnight. So, final thoughts here. Now is when those course values that we talked about on the very first day are really important. And they will really help you, and they are really helping me right now. In terms of courage to try something new. I've had to use creativity to try to figure out some of these issues. On your part, it'll require diligence. It's requiring you to learn in an environment that you might not necessarily be totally familiar with. But it also takes the responsibility and the professionalism. So all of those things that we've talked about are times right now is to when those things need to come out. Carve out the time to have a good rule of thumb. If you are a full-time student, it requires a full-time effort. So each class meets for 3 hours a week, meets normally in a seated time. And the general rule of thumb is you should have in addition to those class hours, you should be doing anywhere from 4 to 6 hours outside of class on your own. So for each class, I would give about anywhere from, with the class time that we're meeting, about another 4 to 6 hours of outside time to set aside. So, and I will help you through that, because that's what my role is to be a helper and to help you learn and to help you grow. And you have my commitment with that. Email me, stay safe, and look for more information later today.